Israeli forces are attacking Palestinians observing the second day of Eid in Gaza. An overnight airstrike targeted a house in the town of Abasan near Khan Younis in the south of the Strip. Several people have been killed. The wounded, including children and the elderly, have been taken to hospital. Let's get an update on the situation on the ground in Gaza and speak to our Hind al-Khoudary, who's in Deir, al-Balah, central Gaza, for us. A deadly day on the first day of Eid, Hind, and the Israeli attacks are continuing across Gaza. Bring us up to speed with the situation this morning.
Since the early hours of the morning, the Israeli forces continue the series of airstrikes launched against the Gaza Strip. Fully in Khan Younis, the past 24 hours were deadly as the Israeli forces attacked at least 7 houses for 7 different families across Khan Younis. And we know that was it's Eid. Palestinians are visiting each other despite the fact that there is war and there's a very high risk. But Palestinians are continuing to celebrate a little bit of what is left of Eid. Now, not only that, there has been endless artillery shelling in the central parts of the Gaza Strip, in Nusayrat, and also in the area very close to Wadi Gaza, and it is very close to the Netzarim corridor. Now, explosions have been heard from Deir el-Balah, but also there were 3 farmers that were killed in that area. According to the civil defense teams and the paramedics, they say that it's very dangerous to go and to bring their bodies. But we also received a body of 1 killed Palestinians in al-Maghazi in the central area, and he was transferred here to al-Aqsa hospital. The situation remains tension, and the Israeli forces continues its airstrikes against the Gaza Strip despite the fact that it's the second day of Eid.
And I understand, Hind, that Israeli forces have issued a forced evacuation order for Rafah.
90% of Rafah, and especially the eastern parts of Rafah, have been receiving evacuation orders. And this is the first time this part of Rafah has been called to evacuate. Now, where did they tell them to evacuate? To Mawasi. What is Mawasi? Mawasi is a very big land of sand without basic necessities, without water, without electricity. And Palestinians already seek refuge in those areas during the war. Now, Rafah is one of the areas that was occupied and invaded by the Israeli forces for months. We're talking about 7 months of the ground invasion that started in May 2024 and lasted until the ceasefire agreement. We're talking about at least 50,000 Palestinians that are currently residing in Rafah, and the situation has been already risky and dangerous since the Israeli forces suddenly invaded al-Shabura. Now, what we also need to know is the first responders that were killed, and the massacre that happened was also in Rafah, and it took days for the PCRS and the OCHA to go and to find their bodies. According to the head of OCHA, he said that they were killed in their uniforms. It's going to be a very hard day for Palestinians in Rafah, and at the end of the day, Palestinians believe that wherever they go, nowhere is going to be safe.
Hind, thank you very much for that. Hind al-Khoudary live there in Deir, al-Balah, central Gaza.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.